by Hannah here on YouTube. Thank you ever so much for joining me this evening, or in the replay. If you are watching and there's a little live icon, it means that I am actually live. If you are watching after 7:30 on Wednesday the 20th, then you are catching the replay. Either way, let me know that you're here. I would love to hear from you. I am just checking that this is actually live. It's telling me it's live in the corner of my screen. And now I've got my laptop off to one side. That's also telling me that it's also live, which is fabulous. So I do apologise if you can hear any background noise. I've had one of those days today. Wednesday is my day with my children, and I have had a lovely day, except that at bath time tonight I found chicken pox on George. Now, if you have been here for a little while, you will know that my daughter Neve had chicken pox about a fortnight ago. So I've been expecting them. We've been waiting for them. They've finally arrived. Just happens to be on a Wednesday night, the week before I go away for the weekend. But, you know, never mind. These things are sent to try us, aren't they? So, anyway, I have 2 card projects for you today using the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. So this is stamps and dies. There was some coordinating design series paper as well, but that was Sale-a-bration beginning of the year, and that did retire. Let me find it in the catalogue. So this is in the January to June catalogue. So it is not about to retire imminently, but it will retire at the end of June. I'm so sad that this has not gone across into the annual catalogue. Let me find where it would be really good if I knew where it was, just off the top of my head, in the catalogue, but I don't. Catalogue, page number 18. So, here we go. Here it is in the book. It's fabulous. One thing of note to say, actually, about Stampin' Up catalogues, because this shows it really well, that when you see a stamp set in the catalogue, unless it says somewhere on it, that is the full size. That is the image. That is the size of the image that this is going to stamp. It's a big, bold rainbow. I absolutely love it. So, like I said, this stamp set is going to retire at the end of June, but it's absolutely available until then. The thing that is retiring quicker than that is anything in this book. So if you've got this catalogue ends at the end of this month and is replaced with this beautiful one. I do have, sadly, I have a stack of catalogues on their way to me. However, they are currently sat in Frankfurt in Germany. They've been sat there since the 9th of this month and they have not moved. I'm hoping... I've got everything crossed that they move really soon because it's starting to get really frustrating and I don't want to have to buy some more. But if you want one, just let me know. If you are a member of one of my clubs, you will get one automatically. Probably in May, though, before I actually get them out to you. But hey, never mind, you will get one eventually. So that is the catalogues. That's that bit of news. The next bit of news is that we have a free shipping offer tomorrow. So if you're watching this on Wednesday night, or on Thursday the 21st of April, you get tomorrow free shipping on orders over £60. Now, thing to note about this is that when this catalogue goes live on the 3rd of May, the prices have gone up a little bit. So if you want to stock up on cardstock, now will be a really good time to do it before the price goes up. And actually, we've just increased the price of shipping. So a day of free shipping it's just a bargain. I will remind you of that again at the end. Right, shall we make a card? I have the stamps and the dies for the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. I have done some prep for this because I take my hoodie off. Because there is some steps to these cards. We're doing masking this week. I thought we'd pick a kind of technique and look at masking. But I'm doing it in 2 slightly different ways. And I haven't made either card, so I've not got one to show you. But I have all the pieces. So I have got a card base of Poppy Parade, which is such a bright, happy, jolly colour. If I knew where my bone folder was, there we go. So that is a Poppy Parade. I've got a piece of the retiring colour family, Bright's colour family designer scissors paper. There is a new pack in the new catalogue, but it's different patterns. And a piece of basic white. I have already gone ahead and stamped and heat embossed my sentiment, and I have a scrap for some stamping and some of the very cute little clouds. Now, I have a notebook for today's projects because I haven't made them, but they are in my head. But you're going, what are you masking on there? I've made my own mask. I'm going to use some embossing paste, so that's what it's going to look like. How fun is that? Sparkly! But I thought I'd show you exactly what I did. So, I grabbed a piece of window sheet and I grabbed the rainbow die, which I absolutely love this die. It's just so... it's just one of those dies that makes me really happy. And I used it 4 times on this piece of window sheet so that I can use it as a mask onto my piece of basic white. So let's do that. I am going to move everything out of the way because I'm going to make a mess otherwise. Really simple. So we're going to pop my... I've got some pieces of washi tape. I keep bits of washi tape all over the place. So I'm just going to pop some washi tape to hold my cardstock down. And I've already got washi tape on this mask. So I'm going to just layer that over the top. Like so. And then I'm going to grab our embossing paste. Now, there are currently 3 different kinds of colours of embossing paste in the catalogue. And from May, there'll be 2. So there is white, standard white, or the sparkly. And I like sparkly, so I've got the sparkly one out today. They come in a little baggie. I would highly advise you keep them in there because it does tend to dry out. And if you can keep it kind of air sealed, it will last a little bit longer. We also have, she says, I can't remember if there's 3 of the kind of spatula tools. I really only ever use this one, and I think I use this one because this is the one basically that I use when I'm making a cake. And this is very similar to icing a cake with like buttercream icing. So take the lid off, and there's a top on the inside that's kind of stayed stock. I'm quite happy with that. There's a foil lid, and I've left that in place as well. Like I said, I want to try and keep this stuff moist, so anything that's in the way I'm keeping there. And then what I do is to take kind of the underside of the palette knife and pick up some of the paste. Now this is quite runny, this paste, and I pop it onto my mask and then sweep it over like that, and we just kind of fill the mask in with the paste. And what I've done on the other one, and I'll show you in a second, is that's quite textured. You could make it really smooth if you really wanted to. I like a bit more texture on it, so I've left it quite sort of lumpy. But if I show you, if I'll smooth these ones out at the bottom, so it's super smooth. There we go. And I'm gonna just wipe that off into there. Probably shouldn't do that bit, but hey, never mind. Lid's back on really tight and put it back in the bag. I will do anything to keep this stuff from drying out. I haven't actually opened the white one yet. I've had them a little while, and I haven't opened the white one because I'm like, I don't want to jinx it. So I'm now gonna peel this off, and as quick as you can, get this mask either into water, a sink, soap, anything like that, because it will dry on there And if you want to use it again, it will dry and kind of go a bit crusty. So I'm going to put that out of the way. And then I'll pull this bit up. Now I'm going to just, if I can do that and then save my grid paper. So you see the top two are kind of more textured, a bit lumpy. And the bottom ones are really smooth where I spread it out. I didn't go all the way off the edge, just because I was trying to save my grid paper. Normally I'd swap it about everywhere. But this now needs a little bit to dry, hence why I've done a Blue Peter, and here's what I made earlier. So that's, you know, super simple mask. Just die cut a piece of window sheet. And you could use it again and again and again and again and again. If you're mass making these, you know, you've got that mask dead easy. And you could ink through it if you wanted to. We're going to do inking through a mask in a little bit. So we've now got this fabulous, sparkly rainbows that I just think are so much fun. And it's that texture on it. It's that this card is not flat. I should really have left this under a book because you can see where the cardstock's been wet. And it is a bit buckled, but it will make it work. So let's get some of these layers stuck down. I have got my Stampin Seal. It might be actually that you use Seal Plus for this, but I think I need an update on how to use Seal Plus, because at the minute, every time I go and use it, it rips my cardstock. So I'm going away crafting this weekend, and that's going to be my question for everybody is, how on earth do you use it without ripping your cardstock? If you've got any tips for me, do pass them along. So that's a little bit wonky, but I'm okay with that. So pretty, just so pretty. Then I'm going to also add on this piece of designer scissors paper, and I've cut this to, I think it's 10 centimetres wide by 7 tall, I think. And it does cover up a good chunk of that, but that's absolutely fine. Just get that stuck on there. And then I've got a scrap of basic white. You see where that's now on my thumb. It's stuck. And I have got the rainbow already up on my blocks, all stuck together. Seriously, they're stuck together. Oh man, don't stick your stamps. Yeah, don't do that. So, colours for today. I've gone really bright with this one for all my ink pads are a bit sunbleached. So we've got Poppy Parade, which is the same colour as the cardstock, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and Pacific Point. I just thought they were just so bright and fun. I'm going to do a traditional rainbow. Now, talking about my grid paper, I'm just going to grab a scrap just to protect my grid paper so that you're not having to, your eyes aren't going to go funny. So this piece of basic white cardstock is not the same size as my rainbow. My rainbow is considerably bigger, but I'm okay with that. So this is a very solid stamp, and it will need a little bit of inking up. I'm going to stamp it there, like so. Look at that. See, this is why this stamp set makes me really happy. Because it's just bright and bold and fun. I'm going to use Mango Melody next. And again, this stamp set does layer up really, really well. It's quite forgiving. If you don't get the kind of ends matched absolutely perfectly, it's okay with that. So, close those ink pads. Now this is fun. A couple of the rainbow pieces are not solid. So you've got the solid rainbow pieces, but then you've also got this piece that's got the lines on it, or you've got Sending You a Rainbow of Happiness, which also fits into the rainbow if you really wanted it to. So I'm going to stamp this one in Granny Apple Green. These fabulous lines. How cool is that? You know when something just really makes you smile, and these colours really, really, really make me smile. So, stamped on there like that. Oh. Oh, you've got to love a rainbow, haven't you? Just so bright and so fun. So I'll move that piece of scrap paper out there. And we're going to stick that kind of there. I've then got 3 of the clouds. I love these clouds. I'm quite sad, I think, when these go away. I'm really enjoying these kind of little kind of accent pieces that Stampin' Up have got a thing about at the minute, where you've kind of got, you've got like little dies in the set that really make a massive difference to the kind of overall look of your card. And these are one of those. There are a couple that are carrying on. So there's I want to call it the Hexagon Set because I can't think of what it's actually called. Abstract Beauty, that's what it's actually called. And that's got some hexagons and some triangle dies in it. And I use those all the time because it's just that little accent piece, that little special something that just really sets the project off. Like, instead of, sometimes you don't want a kind of rhinestone or glittery something or other, you just want something little. So, and then, before I put my clouds, that's what they're called, I'm just going to, so this, I stamped in Versamark, and so I've got my Versamark pad here, stamped it in Versamark and then heat embossed it with white embossing powder. I don't tend to do that on camera just because it hurts my head when other people do it. It's that, like, I can't do, I don't like doing die cutting. I know I did die cutting last week on camera, but I'd rather not do die cutting on camera because I just think it's awkward. So I'm going to hand cut this out. And I thought about fussy cutting it, kind of properly fussy cutting it, but I'm actually not. I'm going to just sort of loosely cut around it. Just like that. I'm going to pop that up on a couple of dimensionals as well. I said I think I've run out. I say I think because I genuinely can't find. I haven't looked. Haven't had the time to look. Run out of mini dimensionals. I need to get some ordered. I have a funny feeling the order that I put in, that's stuck in Frankfurt, has some in it, but I can't remember. It's a pre-order. It's my pre-order, but I've not done very much pre-ordering. There's basically just in colour inks that I've done pre-order on, but I'm very excited for those coming. So, you make me happy. Oh. And then I'll do the biggest cloud first. So how is everybody this week? Have you had a good week? I feel like it's a short week, isn't it? I think Easter Monday. I think the Easter weekend went so fast. 4 days of kids, and we had a great 4 days. But it does feel like it's kind of gone too quickly. Me and my husband climbed Roseberry Topping on Friday. We got some childcare and climbed Roseberry Topping, and that was so nice. So I've not been up there for probably since I was about 12. And it was just really nice to get out and be outside in the sunshine, and yeah, really, really lovely weekend. So that is card number 1 with that fabulous sparkly embossing paste on it. Love this stamp set so much. So that is card number 1. And then I've muted the colours down a little bit for card number 2. So for card number 2, you'll be pleased to see we've got slightly calmer colours. So we've got grey granite, soft succulent, evening evergreen, and blushing bride. And this card totally inspired really by the fact that I have just received a brand new packet of the blending brushes. I absolutely love these. I could sit here and just sit and do this for hours and hours and hours. They are so soft and just perfect for blending. I always got on alright with a sponge. These are so much better than a sponge. I can't do those weird fingery things. There's something about having your finger in I don't like. But yeah, a sponge or blending brush, just lovely. And these, oh, they're very flexible. So you need to hold them quite loosely and swirl the ink, but I'll show you that in a second. So I already have 3. I don't, well, this is one of those things where I don't collect hundreds of them. You definitely don't need one per Stampin' Up colour. So I have one for reds, one for blues, one for yellows. I'm going to have one for greens. Maybe one for like neutrals, which has kind of been a bit yellow. One for purple, you know, that kind of thing. So all of the colours in that kind of, that sort of colour, all the reds. So whether it's real red or poppy parade or cherry cobbler, they all use the same brush. And I've seen people recently washing them a lot, and I'm like, no, you want to keep that ink in the brush, because it actually helps you to blend the colour better. There's just that hint of colour. It doesn't matter that they're, you know, red. That's fine, because you're only using red ink. If you needed to change colours, then yeah, fair enough, clean them. But otherwise, buy a couple of packets. They're so brilliant. So I have got a card base, and this time I've gone the other way around. So this card I use kind of that way. I've a piece of A4 cardstock, and this time I've gone I've cut it in half horizontally. Horizontally, yes. And then scored it at 10.5. That's not my... Where's it gone? Bone folder, there we are. So I've got my card base. This is in soft succulent. Then I have... I've already been die cutting for this card, so I will bring all of this in because it's just too much for my head. I have a load of rainbow pieces. I have a piece of basic white that's cut 0.5 centimetre shorter and narrower, and a piece of basic white that is, she says, I have no idea what measurements I cut that to. It's just over 4.5 inches by 2, so 5 centimetres by about 11, something like that. And we're gonna assemble our rainbow on here. But the background of this card, I thought we'd do a little bit of ink blending on. Now, the the mini catalogue has this pack of masks in it. You probably have seen these because they went a little bit mad when the catalogue first came out, because you've got butterflies, flowers, more flowers. You can see where I've used them because I've got masking tape all over them. And then these two kind of patterned ones, these are the ones that I love, because they're just really pretty. But you could have a butterfly in that print, does that make sense? So you'd put that one down first, put the butterfly over the top, and then ink, and you'd get kind of both patterns. Well, I'm not going to do that today, but that is the idea. And they're really pretty. But what I thought I would do is just remove this card out of the way because I'll get ink on it. I know I will. I'm also going to live on the edge, and I'm not going to tape anything down. Normally, I would tape this down with washi tape, but I'm not going to today. I've got my soft succulent ink, and I'm going to get this blending brush inky for the first time. So, piece of basic white down first, then the mask. I'm going to tap my brush into my ink pad, so there's only like a little bit on, really, a little bit of ink on, and I'm going to move that over there because I'm left-handed. I'm a bit awkward, so tap the ink on and then blend in a swirl, and I'm holding this really loosely. There's a lot of give in these. So tap, tap, tap again. And you could tap the ink off first if you were blending straight onto a cardstock that what you weren't going to cover anything up of, then yeah, I probably would. Or start off the cardstock and then work your way on. But because I'm going to have a piece of cardstock that kind of goes through the middle, I don't mind that there's some kind of a little bit bolder colour in the middle. So a little bit kind of swirls, round and round and round. And then if I peel this back, oh, so pretty. I love that kind of reveal, because you just think, oh yeah, there's a little bit of green. There's not a lot, is there? There's a little bit of green. Where's it gone? Yeah, it's quite light, isn't it? It's quite mild. Nope. Pop, pow, ping. Right, so we're going to pop this piece over the top. Can you see now? So you've got this lovely blended kind of halo, and then the cardstock's going to sit over the top. Then I've got my rainbow. So this, I've literally just ran 4 sheets of cardstock through my cut and emboss machine. Haven't decided what order any of these things are going to go in. I think my plan is this. That one. So this is, yeah, with the grey granite in the middle. I like that. I do like, I mean, for all I really like a kind of really bold rainbow that's proper rainbow colours, I really enjoy a neutral rainbow as well. I will just very quickly grab another card I've made with this set. It's the same, where I've used neutrals rather than... Hello, Louise. You've not missed very much. Don't worry. You can always catch up on the replay. So this is a card that I made a little while ago now, for a challenge, I think. And I've used neutrals here on the rainbow, and I just think it's really pretty. This has also got those faux sea glass shapes on it, which I love them. They're just so pretty. So that's not making that today. We're going to make this card instead. So normally I would have been sensible and I would have got my adhesive sheet and I'd have put adhesive sheet on the back of these. But of course I didn't do that today because I was dealing with a child with chickenpox and was in a bit of a hurry. So I've got a piece of trim that I've put adhesive sheet on the back of, but didn't get it on the back of my rainbow. So it's just like I said, it's been one of those days. So we're gonna try with, like, I could do wet glue. Do I brave the wet glue, or am I gonna get wet glue everywhere? Probably gonna get wet glue everywhere. So I'm not. I'm gonna just a little bit of seal, and I'm gonna pop this up this end. Like so. Louise is asking if I can show you how to make that other card at some point. I think it's already been on my blog, because I will double check it and I will find the link. I'll post it again. It's definitely been on my social media. It's definitely been on Instagram. But I will hunt that one out. And if not, I will post it again. Actually, I might just post it again anyway, because I just really love it. So, just really quickly layering these rainbow pieces up. And you can see it comes together, these rainbows come together really quickly. They are, if you'd been organised, if I'd been organised and had put adhesive sheet on, they'd be really, really, really quick and I wouldn't have got sticky. But I have got a bit sticky. One of the things, this is something actually that I don't think people point out often enough. Stampin Seal on your grid paper. Can you see it down here? If you just rub your finger over it, it balls up and falls off. Heaven. Right. So, I've got my rainbow. I've got a little bit of trim. I do want to just stamp a sentiment. I have the sentiment that says, "You make this world a better place." And I'm going to stamp, I think I'm going to use soft succulent again. I absolutely love this colour. If I could paint my entire house in this colour, I think I probably would. And I do have walls in my house that have Stampin' Up colours on as well. My son's nursery is grey, basic grey. And my dining room wall is a colour we don't have anymore that was called Island Indigo that I absolutely loved. So that is the card coming together. Isn't that really pretty? So, because I was organised, then I've put adhesive on the back of here. I'm going to grab my take a pick and take the backing off. I love this kind of banner piece. It's really pretty. I think this is the first time I've used it actually. But it's just very, very pretty. I'm going to pop that down first and then trim that off. Like so. Get rid of that. Then I will again grab my seal. Just there. And then a bit more seal on my piece of basic white. And then there, like that. Was that the whole card? Yes, it was. Just one of those things today. So they are my 2 rainbow cards for this week. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Don't forget, we have that fabulous free shipping offer for tomorrow. And if you are going to spend, don't forget to add the club code as well to earn some free goodies. You have just over a week left to join in with the card club for this month. We are playing with Artfully Layered, which was my live video last week. So if you want to catch up on that, all the information is there. And my in colour club. Well, I was really hoping to be able to have in colour ink pads to show you this week, and if my parcel wasn't stuck, I would have shown you. So the in colour club, all the details on my blog. Sign up for that. That sign up closes on the 2nd of May. So do get that in. If you haven't already signed up for my weekly emails, the link is in the down bar below, and all this information will be coming out to you again on Friday, which is when my emails go out. I think that's everything I've got to say. I think I've got the free shipping, I've got my code club, I've got the card club bit in. This stamp set I absolutely adore. Look at it. Just pretty. And I'll bring this card in as well because, again, it just makes me happy. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and I really hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.